What I would do is, as I'm going through, since I know I'm a visual person, if there's a slide that has a lot of information that I just need to organize a little better, that's when I would highlight and do my stuff. Hello everyone, my name is Justin Lee and I'm a third year DPT student at Azusa Pacific University. And this is my dog, Taco. Say hi! I share classroom and clinical experiences along with giving you the inside scoop on how to get into DPT school, how to thrive in DPT school, and how to set yourself up for success after school is done. Today what we're going to talk about is how study habits change from undergraduate to doctorate level. Now, as you can imagine, the workload from undergraduate to the doctorate level is pretty drastic, right? And the whole point of the application process and why they want to see your GPA is because they want to see that can you handle the workload of these core classes, right? Science, biology, all that stuff. And if you get a good GPA, then you can handle this doctorate level. But that's just a side note. That's about admissions and all that. So watch out for that video because that's gonna come out. It's huge. I got a lot of information about admission, on what they're looking for, prerequisites, all that stuff. So be on the lookout for that. But today I just wanted to talk more about study habits. Now, I'm gonna share a couple of my experiences on 3 different things of how I changed from my undergraduate to my doctorate level study. Now, first things first, just the studying, just everything about studying, grinding, getting in the dirt of it, just late nights, high sodium food. I mean, you know the deal. Yes, I work out, I try to eat right, but you know, I can't stay away from my top ramen, Alright, so study habits. So, in undergrad, just a quick story, just kind of telling you where I came from. I came into undergrad, transferred in with a 2.3 GPA, and I worked my ass off to get into the doctorate level school. So, as I was working and grinding, I had to learn how to strategize my notes and how I study and things like that. So usually people study in 3 different ways: visual, auditory, or kinesthetic. And so I really recommend finding what works for you. But what worked for me is I'm a very visual and kinesthetic person. So guess what I did? I typed up my notes all the time, right? Verbatim of what the professor said, or just notes of the projector and things like that. And then after I typed it up, I printed it and then I highlighted everything. Yellow means it's pretty important. Green means it's associated with elements, and then pink means it's like really important. That's gonna be a test question. And then I would highlight and star and have arrows, and then I would have pages and pages, and this booklet would be like, hey, this is like the study guide. If you study this, you're gonna get an A. And that was great, but I didn't have the time that I had in undergrad in doctorate school, because what you cover in like 2 or 3 weeks in undergrad is probably 3 or 4 times fold in doctorate school. It's a lot of information, and I'm not going to discredit any of that because it's a very rigorous full-time program. Now, because the content is just so jam-packed, because you're having exams every 2-3 weeks or so, you have to learn how to study more efficiently. And I quickly found out after my first exam, I said, I'm spending way too much time printing, highlighting, all that stuff. Now, I don't know about if you know, but Azusa Pacific is a program that does the iPad only. So there are no books, no printouts. We're going green. I'm just kidding. But it's just way more efficient on doing it on the iPad. So we use apps, we open the PDF, and then we write in it with our Apple Pen. And so what I would do is, as I'm going through, since I know I'm a visual person, if there's a slide that has a lot of information that I just need to organize a little better, that's when I would highlight and do my stuff. Or sometimes I would bring pictures from the internet and put it on there, and I associate, oh yeah, I remember that one picture with that monster meant that it was that. I remember that slide. Like, you have that visual memory, right? So that's how I remember, and that's how I strategize using my strengths to get good at studying efficiently that way. And so that has saved me so much time than the manual, writing down, printing out, things like that. But hey, people study differently. I know people record lectures, and sometimes lectures are like 2 hours, 3 hours long, sometimes 4 hours long, and they would listen to it. So, but that's how they learn. We're all different. Okay, secondly, what did I change from undergrad to doctorate level? I changed the perspective of how I viewed my class. In undergrad, it was about getting the grade because I knew this stuff doesn't matter because I need to do really, really good. There's a lot of pressure to get a good grade because I need a high GPA to get into this stuff, right? And so as I'm just in school grinding, it's like I try to learn, but I learn to memorize, right? And it's kind of hard because when you're learning biology, chemistry, physics, you're like, why am I learning this and how is this applying to physical therapy? But you just grind. Hey, you just learn the system, you learn how to study, and you just like, you know what? I'm putting my boots down and I'm going through this freaking mud and I'm gonna get this damn A because I deserve to get into DPT school. And that's what I told myself every single day. And that was draining, right? And then now, I'm in doctorate school, okay? And so my perspective changed because now, instead of just trying to get the grade, I developed and used that same work ethic, but now I came into doctorate school instead of saying, hey, I need to get the grade, but hey, I need to understand. And now, that makes it so much more fun because now you're like intuitive. Like, you don't just memorize, you go to say, hey, what are the mechanisms, and if this were to alter, how would that change the physiology of that? And the reason why I go to understand in doctorate school is because I think about when I go out into the clinic, this is the stuff that I'm gonna use to help heal the people with my hands, with my words, with my alliance with you, and we're gonna get better. But if I don't know and if I can't educate myself now, then I can't set myself up to help you that much more. In undergrad, I mean, it's kind of hard to make that connection, you know? But now that you're here, it just, your motivation changes. And when you get into school, you'll understand. Okay, and lastly, undergrad to doctorate, my differences is that I felt like I'm more intentional with my time off or just my time in general. In undergrad, I would kind of lay around, mess around, lounge, watch some Netflix. Now in grad school, I'm more like, hey, I have some off time, I need to do something productive, or hey, like I worked really hard and so I want to be really intentional about decompressing from school. Still watching Netflix. And just the way you view time is like, in doctorate school, you view time as like, this is a luxury and I'm gonna use it because I am wasted. Whoa, taco. Alright? But that's what I do. I mean, I'm on my time off and then I just hang out with Taco and it's super nice, you know, family time. But then when it's time to go back to school, grind it out. Alright guys, so that's all that I have and that's all Taco has left to share about our differences in study habits from undergrad to the doctorate level. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to my channel because I'm going to be producing more videos like this for the pre-PT demographic. And if you found this super cool and you feel like some of your friends would like it, and if you have friends that are interested in physical therapy or students or anything like that, please share these videos to them as a resource to help them just get a better understanding so that they can find the right fit and set them up for success when they get into DPT school. Thanks everyone, I hope you have a great one. See ya! Bye! He's like a baby. He's like a baby. Baby.